Hi everyone, it's Jamie and welcome back to my channel. I don't know if you watched my last video, but if you did, I said that I would not be back until I had a finish, and I have a finish. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my finish, what I've been working on after I finished my project, and what my plans are for the rest of the year, which is kind of scary to say, plans for the rest of the year when it's only July, but we'll get into that later. First thing to talk about is my death by cross stitch. I will show you what the finished product is supposed to look like here. Beautiful, beautiful, yes, beautiful. I will show you what it looked like in my last video, right here. And I will show you what it now looks like, yay! So, I managed to finish my death by cross stitch. I'm gonna have to go way back to try and get it all in picture. Is it all in? It's all in. Okay. So this is my Game of Thrones Death by Cross Stitch by Long Dog Samplers. Start with the information. And it's stitched on 18 count Aida, 1/1 full cross using the silks, the metallics that I used. I did 2/1 full cross because I liked the coverage better with the metallics using 2 strands of thread on the 18 count. So the last row that I worked on was this top row here. So this is like all the new stuff right up here. And if you are new or have not seen my other videos, I added in a dire wolf to the middle that I charted myself, and I stitched that using sulky metallic in this. It's like a black silver combination. I figured that would be perfect for the Starks because their colors are black and silver, so perfect. Losing stuff. And then I did red Targaryen dragons using a DMC metallic in E815. This is all that's left. This is this little bag. So sad. And I did Baratheon stags using a black DMC metallic, and I think the DMC metallic black is like E310. And then I did Lannister lions using a sulky gold metallic thread, and it's just this big spool of it. I started this project in September of 2017, so it took me almost 2 years to finish it. I managed to get it finished on July 16th, which was one day before my goal, because I wanted to have it finished before my birthday, which was July 17th. So that was cutting it a little bit close. So there is the whole thing. And the silk that I used, did I say the silk I used? I don't know, so we'll just say it one more time. PR 094, Silks for You. I love Silks for You. It's very good. Definitely recommend. So that is that. And I will say that I started this project in September of 2017, and it's a 16-page chart, and 10 of those pages were finished just this year because this year was when I started focusing on it. So I really did not stitch on it very much before this year. It would not have taken me very long if I had just focused on it from the beginning. I would have had it finished such a long time ago. So that puts me, I don't know if you guys remember, but at the beginning of the year I had talked about how I wanted to finish 30 pages of my charts this year because it's my 30th birthday this year. Those 10 pages that I finished on Death by Cross Stitch puts my page finishes for this year at 18 pages finished this year, so I only need to finish 12 more pages this year to get to my 30th. I'm gonna reach it, hopefully. Trying so hard. So, right after I finished Death by Cross Stitch on the exact same day, it was like right after I finished, I posted my pictures, and then I was like, I need to work on something else because I've been working on Death by Cross Stitch since June exclusively, nothing else. So I knew I wanted to do Christmas in July, so I pulled out my 2 Christmas charts, which are the Toy Box by Donna Gelsinger. I'll insert a picture of that here. And Mini Home is Where the Magic Is by Randall Spangler. I'll insert a picture of that one here. And I left it up to my oldest son. I was like, you pick what I work on next. He really didn't care what I worked on next. Like, I'm gonna be honest. He even said, he was like, I don't care. And then he picked the Toy Box though. So that's what I worked on next. So I will insert a picture of where I was on the Toy Box when I started it in July, on July 16th. And I will show you where I am on the Toy Box now. So I had started this page where like the girl's dress thing had like ended or something, and she was just left half dressed. And I've managed to finish her now, and I think I'm like over halfway done with the page that I'm working on, which means that after I finish this page, there will only be 6 pages left. Once I realized that there was only 6 pages left on this chart after I finished this page, I was like, I need to do some maths. I need to figure out how many stitches are left on this chart and how many stitches would it take me to stitch a day to get this chart finished this year. So I'll pull out, I have an index card that I wrote all my information on because terrible memory. Terrible, but I'm also terrible at math, so hopefully this is all accurate information. So my calculations told me that there are 42,669 stitches left. This was a couple days ago though, so I'm going to say that I've already put in a couple thousand more stitches since then because I've been stitching a lot. So there was 42,669 stitches left on this chart, which sounds like a lot, but for a heaven and earth chart, that's really not that many stitches left. Like that's the end. It's the end. So I figured out that if I stitched 300 stitches a day, I could finish the chart in 141 days. And when I did the math on this, there were like 160 days left of the year or something like that. I don't remember. This was a couple days ago. So then I was thinking to myself, like, my new goal, because I like goals. Like, if I have a goal, it makes me more motivated because I have, like, something to focus on. Like, this is what I am doing. Work towards it. Get there. So my new goal is finish by Christmas. This chart, I want to have finished by Christmas. 300 stitches a day. It's not that like excessive, I don't think, especially because it's 10 stitch, so it goes pretty quick. And I've been counting stitches for magical stitches, and I can easily in a day usually stitch anywhere from 600 to 900 stitches on something like this. And so I figure if there's days where I want to stitch on something else, or if I don't stitch at all, that the days when I stitch more will kind of make up for the days where I'm not stitching as much. So that is the new goal for the year. I'm going to try and focus on this, and I don't think I'll really focus on like daily hitting that goal, but maybe try and like at the beginning of a week try and get all my stitches in for like the whole week, like the 2100 stitches, and then I can stitch on other things if I want to, so that I don't get tired of just this. I don't know, but that is where I'm going towards, so fingers crossed. New goal, long-term goal. I don't know about long-term goals and how good I am at sticking to them, but we'll see. So I think that's all that I have to talk about. I will say is I have not started the Templar Prophecy yet. For one thing, my sister is doing it too, and she has ordered silks and she ordered fabric, and she's still waiting for her stuff to get here, so I would not start it until she had her stuff, but I'm also not sure when she wants to start it because she hasn't said anything. So I don't know when I'm going to be starting that. We'll see on that. But yeah, so I think that's all I have to talk about stitching wise. So thank you everyone for liking, watching, commenting, and subscribing. I will see you all in my next video. Bye everyone.